Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel and my art studio. I am Mrs. B, your Catholic art teacher. Last week, boys and girls, you did this Bible reflection. You heard my plea when I cried out to you, but I copied down the wrong Bible reference. It's actually Psalm 30, verse 23. So I beg your pardon for that. This week, boys and girls, we're going to be doing the second penitential psalm, which is Psalm 31, verse 11. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice. So let's get started, boys and girls. First of all, you need a paper and you turn it landscape this way around. And we're going to be drawing boys and girls rejoicing. When we hear the name of the Lord, boys and girls, we really do need to rejoice and be glad. So I'm going to be showing a depiction of children, and they're excited and they are happy. And so we're going to draw some pictures. So we're going to have about 3 to 4 children. So we're going to have, first of all, a girl here. Let's bring it a little lower. They're actually jumping for joy, because that's how we should be when we listen to the voice of the Lord. We should be jumping with joy. All right, and so we're going to be drawing a depiction of a little girl jumping for joy. And you know, I hope that's how you are when you're listening to the voice of the Lord. You know, boys and girls, we are in the Lenten season, and it is important for us to rejoice in the Lord. And yeah, I'm just here to give you that experience of listening to the words of the Lord in the gospel and to rejoice. And so this is a little girl jumping for joy, and she has her hands going like out, like that. And then she has her t-shirt like that. And then she has her little tummy showing a little bit, because when she jumped, her t-shirt went up. So let's just do this like that, and then you have one more feet like that. That's from this feet here, like that. And then let's do the hand. We'll do this one first. Let's just have her hands here like that, and she has a thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this hand goes a bit more like this. So we're going to go here, and she's going to have her hand. So she has her hands outstretched, rejoicing in the Lord. All right, so let's just do this like this. So we're going to have the t-shirt going like that. All right. Let's hope that this eraser will erase nicely and not do it like an eraser that erases a little bit too. Right, that's better. So that's her skirt, and she's jumping when she hears the voice of the Lord. And then you have another boy here, and he's like hopping. I'll have him like hopping like that. He's got his okay, and that's his feet. like that. And then he just has his arms out like that. And then this hand comes out here like that. It's behind her, so that's okay. All right, so sorry about that. So we have his feet like this, his knees going behind her, which is fine, and have his shorts like this, and his legs, and then he too is happy because he's heard the voice of the Lord. So we're just gonna have him with spiky hair like that. All right, and his ears is behind her arms. Let's just draw this more bolder so that we can see it's actually behind. Good. All right, so boys and girls, last week I saw a number of your work, and yeah, let me just mention their names. So I'd like to mention the following names of children who showed me their work straight after the video, and I'm really proud of the progress. Carrie Ava, she's another child last week who did a good job, and so I want to congratulate her. And Naya, Skylar, Rael, Arion, Caden, Charles, Alyssa, Micah Pendenk, Caden Benjamin, Taylor, Naeem. These children, oh my goodness, they are doing their work and they're doing it well. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for doing your work, using your time well, and sharing with me, because there's some children who don't even want to share, and that's all part of your growth in your painting. You will grow confident when you share. So boys and girls, yes, I am so happy to talk about these children who are showing progress, and they really have improved. So well done. And Caden, he doesn't have his paints, but he's still doing his work, and I'm really proud of you, Caden. Keep it up. Yeah, I'm so happy for the children who are, doing their work, and they don't need me to tell them, let me see your work. They just show it, and it's really good. So well done. So we're going to continue with showing the children who are elated and they are glad and they're rejoicing in the Lord. So we have a boy and a girl, and I'm going to put another boy and a girl. So let's just have this boy here. He's going to be up here like that. Her hands are in his face a little bit, not too much, but he's still elated. This boy is so elated. He's jumping with joy. All right, and there we are. And he's got his hair going like that. He's saying, yay, rejoice in the Lord. Hey guys, I'm rejoicing in the Lord. Come on, join me and rejoice. And boys and girls, everybody, every boy, every child should be rejoicing in the Lord. It's just part of life. It's part of our spiritual growth, boys and girls. We must rejoice. We must be glad. When you have God in your life, you're not sad. He brings joy to the whole world, boys and girls. Yeah. So here we have him, this boy, rejoicing and showing his happiness. And the last girl here, she's hopping. She's hopping like here. And her eyes are like fixed on the Lord. You know, and you know when you pray, you feel really good, boys and girls. You feel like, yes, I did it, you know, and I don't know, you feel that you have somebody on your side, you know, when you pray, boys and girls. There's just no words to describe the happiness that we feel when we rejoice and be glad in God. So we have this girl here. She has her hands. Everybody has their arms outstretched because they're rejoicing. They're praising God. All right? They're praising God. They're praising and blessing His holy name. And so we just have her legs here. And then this leg is at the back. Well, it's hopping. She's actually hopping on one leg, actually. And then there we go. So that's her. Yeah. And her hand too is outstretched like that. And this is going out like this. Yeah, so she's wearing like a pinafore dress. Okay. I like this angle. Let's see if we can fix this now. Oh, that eraser is a little too blurry. So we have her leg going here and she's hopping. Okay, and that's it. We're going to add color to it now, boys and girls. But what I want to show is it's like the Holy Spirit has come on upon each one of them. The love of God, His love is pouring out on everyone. And boys and girls, when you feel the love of God, you feel happy, you feel great, you feel, and you know, every single one of them have a love heart imprinted on their t-shirt to show that they are happy, they are rejoicing, and they're happy and they're glad. So let's get out the paints, boys and girls. So boys and girls, I made this lovely brown using red, yellow and blue. I just made a red and yellow mixed together, got an orange, and then I added a little bit of blue to get this lovely color. So I think that it needs a little bit more orange, so I'm going to go ahead and take some more orange here. I'm going to add some more orange to it, like that, and then I'm going to add yeah, it's a nice color. I'm going to add a little bit of blue, just a little bit of blue, boys and girls. Touch of blue here, just to give it a little dark, make it a little darker, like that. There we go. And so we got lovely brown. I want to have a variety of brown shades, so that's for the complexion of the children. So I'm going to go ahead and use this brown. So try mixing your browns first so that you just have one staple color, and then you can make it deeper by adding more blue, or you can make it lighter by adding white, you know. So I leave it up to you, boys and girls, but I'm just going to have them with one kind of one color, and then I will add different shades to the painting, so that we'll see, because everybody, if you look, I'm sure you did myself when you were back in grade K, and you had to look at your your complexion and describe yourself, you know, and describe members of your family. And so therefore, boys and girls, this is a bit like social studies integrated. We're looking at ourselves, we're looking at our complexion, yeah, and we're just painting a lovely picture to depict this. And the last girl here, so if you notice, everybody has the same complexion, but I'm going to add various colors to add like, for example, if I add a layer of brown, it'll make it darker and darker. So we can just go ahead and do that for this one. Just add a layer, another layer of brown. That's going to make her darker. Then we can maybe just leave this layer for someone else to show that they are lighter. So I'll do that for this one. So I'll make this one a little darker, you know, and I maybe add in one more layer, because every layer you make will make the color a little darker than the previous one. So that's why when I do painting, I do layers upon layers upon layers, yeah, to get contrast. And yes, I see that I had mixed a darker shade here, so I'm going to go ahead and take this to do this complexion here of this boy here. So he will be maybe the darkest, yeah, and have the other girl and the boy here to be the lightest. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to wash my paintbrush, and I'm going to add maybe a little tint of oh, that's too bright. Just add a little tint of this yellow to her complexion, because if you look at complexions well, some complexion has a tint of pink in them, a tint of orange in them, boys and girls. Some complexion has a tint of yellow, some have a tint of purple. Oh yes, not mistaken. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of yellow for the little guy in the middle right here, give him a little yellowish texture. And then the guy right at the end, I'm going to add a little bit of purple to him, so that his complexion will be a little bit darker. So I'm going to go ahead and get some purple here, and I'm going to add to that. Let me wash my paintbrush again, and then you'll see that it makes the shade a little darker still. So let me just wet my paintbrush, and then add that purple, and you see it's made it a little darker, which is fine. That's what I wanted. I wanted to show a little contrast in colors, so that's absolutely fine, boys and girls. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the clothes now for our picture. So let's give the girl a lovely pink t-shirt like that. And yeah, we'll do a love heart here in pink, and then her skirt will be like a deeper pink, so maybe I can just go ahead in this purple and just mix it up nicely. So it has a nice pinky purpley shade like that. And then maybe her heart can be, if I just add a little water. And then maybe I can add this darker purple shade. Oh, I wanted it to be red. Just take the red a little bit. Just do that to it. Oh, anyway, the thing is we have to wait till different layers are dry before you add. So that's why it did that. And then we're going to have the shoe like a bluish purple color. So I'm going to put this, still purple, but we're just adding a little blue there. Actually, maybe we can do the t-shirt here, this same blue color, like that. But we don't want, see, that's the problem. I will have to leave this to dry and I'll get back to you, boys and girls, because it's running, it started to run, and I really didn't want it to run. So I'm going to add a little bit of purple to this shoe, and then I will see you in a minute. So there it is, a little nice and dry now, and you see what I mean? It ran with the brown, ran with the blue, so I have to go and redo that area, boys and girls. So I just wet my paintbrush and then I just go over it a little bit, and then I'll just get some blue paint and just go over it like that. You know, you don't want to make too much fuss, just a little thing like that, just to show that, yeah, we're gonna have this in a nice blue color. So I'm just gonna do one more layer again, just to go over the brown, so that when it dries, hopefully it'll dry a nice color. And I think for the heart, we're gonna make it a nice orange color. I'm gonna give him a yellow short, a nice yellowy, limeish, greenish color. All right, so let's see if it will come out. Yeah, that's like a lime green color. That's fine. Let's just try to get that lime green apparent a little bit. Good. So we have blue and green. He's ready for his soccer, like he's doing. He's just gonna go to his football practice. And this boy, he's gonna have, let me see, I don't like him to have the same green. I'll give him that color. So this boy here, I'm gonna give him maybe I'll give him a green jersey, t-shirt like that, deeper green. I'm giving him some dark colors, boys and girls. So I'm just going to just go over the green a little bit more, so that it doesn't run with anything. And then I'm going to go ahead, and he's going to be wearing jeans, so we're going to have this darkish blue kind of colour right there, and his shoes will be a black. So we're going to go ahead and get that blue, nice jeans colour. Alright, and then we're going to paint his shoe. He's going to be having this grey trainers on, so we're just going to go inside this here and take some of the, I don't want it to be too light, and I don't want it to be too black. So let's see if we got the colour that perfect, perfect. That's exactly the colour I want. Good. All right, and then the girl, I'm going to give her a lovely sort of like a reddish dress, a reddish pinkish dress. So let's see how it looks. Oh, lovely. And she's going to have, that's her little dress like that. All right, and yeah, I'm quite happy with this. Beautiful, the colours, they blend very nicely, so I'm quite happy with it. And her t-shirt will just be a lighter shade of of what it is. So I'll give her like a very light, shade of orange like that. Can hardly see it. All right, so let me paint in the boys because I want their hearts to be like an orange color. I did want it, oh dear, again. So let me just dab it on so that it doesn't smear into the green. I want to give it I'm going to make it dry and then I'll go over it. And this one will be like just a red. I'll just use normal red for that one. So I'm just going to go here and just do this deep red like that. That should do it. Okay. And then I'm going to let it dry and then I'll get back to you all. So there it is, boys and girls. I've painted it and I added dark red and a little bit I added a little bit of red to this black for the insides of the mouth, and yeah, I just added the colors of the hair, which is black, brown, and I made this one like a ginger, a reddish color. And I'm going to add hearts now to I'm going to add red, sorry, to the hearts. So I'm just going to do that now. So we're just going to add red to these beautiful hearts, nice deep red that we never used in the picture so that it doesn't clash with any of the colors that are there. And I'm just going to put it like right there. I'm going to just put our reds in here, and maybe we can put some reds in areas that are not there. If you see there's a need for red, why don't you just put it in, boys and girls? That adds to your creativity. So that's fine. So yep, there we have it, boys and girls. Lovely love hearts, showers of blessings from heaven, because these children are, and I can see that in my rosary group, you know, the children who are in my group, they are shining. They're like little bright stars shining in the sky. And yeah, boys and girls, you know, you just continue to do what you're doing, honoring God and showing him that love, and you will be blessed. And yeah, boys and girls, I'm gonna let this dry before I add the yellow, because the sun from, like the light from Jesus, shines graciously upon each one of these children, and that's why they are glad. That's why they're praising and jumping for joy, because they are glad, in the Lord. So let me just leave this to dry and I'll get back to you in a minute. There it is, boys and girls. It's lovely and dry. So we're going to add the background, which I want it to be a very light yellow. So I'm just going to show that this is the light of Jesus that's shining down upon them. And it shines, his love shines on them. For those who seek him, he's there for everybody, but he will respond to the voice of your call. When you call on to him, he will respond to you. But Jesus, you know, and it's all up to you, boys and girls. We have a choice. And boys and girls, that's all you need to do, is to call upon him, and he will be there for you in good times and in bad times. He will be carrying your cross, boys and girls. I can guarantee it. You know, and he said that if you need him, all you do is to ask. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open. So you have to seek God. You know, you have to. That is important for your spiritual well-being. So I'm asking you all in this second penitential psalm. Penitential psalm is usually said when you are need God's help. And during the Lenten season, we need God's help. We need him to come back into our lives if we have neglected him. You know, I know there's some people during COVID, they've just neglected going to church these days now. I don't know if it's fear, but you don't have to fear. When you trust in God, he does great things, and you have to believe that, because he is mighty and he can do all things. All things are possible. Remember what there's a Bible story where Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead, his best friend Lazarus. So he can do all things. Look at that. God created Eve, Adam and Eve. He is so powerful. He is so great that he can do all things. And that's why I say he created Adam and Eve. He created the world. You know, if you have to sit down and think how great God is, look at what there's scientists out there who are trying to clone, and you know, there's no scientist that can. God is the biggest scientist, the best scientist ever. You know, so let us show our love and respect for God, you know. Let us show our love. Let us call on him. Let us be humble and call on him. Call upon his holy name and ask him to come into our lives, especially this Lenten season where we're going through a lot of change, and ask him to come into our lives. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to go over the lines and I'll get back to you for the final viewing. And there it is, boys and girls. This is this week's second penitential psalm. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice. Psalm 31, verse 11. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice. I can't wait to see your work, boys and girls. Please share with me, and I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing your work. God bless and have a spirit-filled week. Bye-bye.